Somebody's here saying it's over. The war is over. It doesn't stop. This one I've come to know as a curator, continuing to try to interfere in the new statuses of specific folks. I don't know how much longer that's going to go on for, but I will certainly keep you posted. Cedar, lavender, and sage. That's what we got here. Hello, everybody. Once again, I got off work early, which is really excellent in a way. I'm blessed that it doesn't really affect my life negatively, and I enjoy spending more time at home, so it's pleasant for me. And I'm here doing a live because I'm home. All right, everybody. The war is over. Apparently, there's something called the Oblivion. Somebody mentioned that there could be a ship that's called the Oblivion, and folks are being gathered up and such. Well, isn't that odd? Oh, there it is. All right. Hello, everybody. I hope the day is treating you kindly. I utilize tarot to arrange the storyline in a cohesive pattern. The story comes in without tarot, but this helps put it in place. Anybody who wants to come on here and curse me is going to get blocked. Hello, only one. Alrighty then, so the war is over. Folks are being gathered up. The separation is happening. Hello, Godspeed. India, hello. The separation is occurring. Those who generate their own power source on the inside, they have their chakras system, their rainbow covenant, and their power center here is full of light, and they're the source of their own energy. And then there's those who are like vampiric, and they siphon life out of things. So apparently there's a separation going on. This is the end of us being used as batteries. Now, I don't claim any kind of religion or belief. I am connected to Source, Celestial, the light, and that's the position that I operate from. I love life. I love the light in everything. Trees, plants, animals, people, bushes, rivers, streams. No, I don't go out in the woods and dance and do rituals or none of that. I prefer to be home doing comfortable, fun things. Alrighty then. In the central energy, what we got going on in the central energy, planetary circumstance. What's happening with the planetary circumstance regarding those who have the rainbow covenant inside of them and produce their own energy versus those who do not and do not produce their own energy. They feed. We're moving into a position where the people who are coming into union are both going to be full of light, and it's going to be matchy-matchy. We're not going to have one person feeding the other. Both are going to be reciprocal. So in the central energy for a planetary circumstance, what's going on? I know this great separation is happening. How is that going to look? King of Cups is here. In the challenge position. Tower. In the subconscious. Emperor. Father. Celestial Father is here. Taking a look. It looks like what Loverboy has been doing in the recent past. Five of Pentacles. Hardship. Scandal. Intentions and expectations. Feeling trapped. Somebody's feeling trapped. So they're in a scandal, a Five of Pentacles scandal. They've lost everything. They're having anxiety over your new job. You're very ambitious. You're very serious. You've survived some crazy shit, and you're not playing games. Life is not a game. However, these ones who are in a tower thought it was. In the near future, Three of Wands, opportunity. You could be clearing the way for opportunity. The lens is being looked through. These two cards came out and they flipped into the reverse. Six of Swords in the reverse. So there's some trouble coming for those who were refusing to change. They ignored the calling. They ignored the calling. In the environment, Nine of Cups. Well, accomplishment. Hopes and fears. Seven of Swords, deceit, theft, scammer, cheater, sacrifice. So those who had been lying, cheating, scheming, scamming, sacrificing. People are a Knight of Cups in the reverse. Troublemakers. They're heartbroken. They were getting romantic relationships just so that they could sacrifice people for their celestial, spiritual wealth. They're going to have to find a new path. Their attempt will fail. Whatever it is they're trying to do here, it's not going to work out. It didn't work out because you're too strong. And they're heartbroken that you got the money. You got this business. And you're fearless. You're enthusiastic. You can keep things in balance. Somebody else might be out of balance. No, you and your partner here. So you're balancing things out. You and your new partner, and we've got 4 of Wands. Somebody's disappointed. They failed to fuck. They failed to what? They failed to take your stuff, to come after your gain, your harvest of the Temperance Angel. And yeah, so they're in utter defeat. They're totally overwhelmed. They're going down. They're going way, way down. We got 10 of Swords, 10 of Wands. They're gonna go way, way down while you're getting a life of luxury. They've been effing around too freaking long. So King of Cups in the challenge position is, we got a Tower. These are abusive lover boys who like to get rich just by fucking the world over. Oh, it's great to be a gigolo. I can siphon all the wealth I know out of everybody here. It's all mine. All they gotta do is fuck everybody and claim it, right? Oh, glory. Glory. King of Cups is here. Back on you, Bafangu, with a punch of love. Patience. Could be a King of Cups that's caring and loving, is being patient while this Tower hits. The renovation, we got let go. There's a renovation. So there's a big tower hitting a lot of people, and a lot of folks are experiencing disaster. They will probably be leaving planet to make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. We got some nasty unseen jacks that are saying they got to go do the sacrifice the old-fashioned way because their magic isn't working. We got the Emperor here. Father, Celestial Father, I'm thinking. Hello, Sweden. Hello, Mrs. Sweden. Hello, Selma. Hello, Sola. Whoa. The Emperor is not experiencing a breakup, a divorce. The Emperor didn't leave behind whoever it is that he's with, or the King of Cups. The King of Cups is working against this Emperor, trying to get him to experience a divorce. He's in a tower. He's being let go. Five of Pentacles, poverty. There's a King of Cups. What's he doing? What's he doing? We got a guardian angel. Hardship. Scandal. Somebody's feeling trapped. They're in fear over your new job, over your mastery, your self-mastery. Health. Regarding your health, they're afraid of your ability to maintain your health, to purify, sanctify, keep yourself protected. They're not able to stick this tower on you, and they're being let go. The Emperor is not experiencing a divorce or a breakup. Three of Wands is in the near future. You got foresight. There's an opportunity, perhaps over water. The sun is rising. We got manifesting. You're telling the universe what you want. You got an opportunity. Six of Swords in the reverse. Trouble is coming for those who lack awareness. Those who lack awareness. Those who did not do the shadow work. Self-loathing. Ignore the calling. They didn't birth anything. They ignored the calling to become a parent. Someone is expecting. They could loathe themselves. They're in doubt because somebody's pregnant or somebody's birthing something. Nine of Cups here in the environment. Pride. So we got this. Sexuality. Seven of Swords, deceit. Sacrifice. Knight of Cups in the reverse. Troublemaker. There could be somebody here. Yeah, intuition. You're not ignoring the red flags. You could note this third party entity is here in a Seven of Swords energy with sacrifice on the mind. Eight of Cups in the outgoing energy. Disappointment. It will be a failed attempt. You're moving. Changing residence. This is not a question answer site. How about that? I'm here telling a story. You can either enjoy it or just try to leave some smear campaign in the chat. We got Mercury retrograde is yes. So whatever is happening here, these people are in a tower. They're being let go. It's all going back to them. Everything that they tried to stick to you. There is no intimacy. No intimate encounter, no invitation, no harvest, no nothing. Earth sign commitment. Mother Earth, an actual earth sign, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Things are getting very serious. And we got the pets. So the pets, the animal people, expect to hear from them soon. We got our eye open. We got fate. One cycle it ends, one cycle begins. These people are a liar when they say they want to wine and dine you. A liar is coming in for date night. But this is a gambling narcissist that's about ready to take off. They're a gold digger. So you're giving it time. You're unavailable. You're like, move on, because you know you're still dealing with these people here that are all up in your business, man, trying to attach themselves to your comfortable life. Shady ass Joe. Fire sign, using caution. Somebody with the sun inside of them, somebody with something of value in their temple needs to use caution because you got these third-party enemies surrounding you. They're having some, yeah, so because you got this coming to you, and these people are having challenges getting you to communicate with them. You just don't, you know, one 60-year cycle is bad enough, but then when you realize this has been going on for 6,000 years, it's like, hey, bro, thanks, but no thanks. I don't really even want to talk to you. I'd have turned the chat off, but some of you are real nice, and I like what you have to say. Hello. King of Cups is here, caring, affectionate, and we've got patience, just a few more months. Love, regarding love. Good things come to those who wait. So King of Cups is using patience. Just a few more months for love, for union. In the challenge position, we've got Tower. So there's a disaster happening. Renovation, worldwide renovation. There was a whole worldwide network of harassment stuff happening, and it's being wiped out, being let go to make room for the new beginning on its way now. Yeah, you're letting go of the instability. Those people that live their life in a tower, those people that project that tower out into the world, it's being let go. Those who are unstable and demand that their intimate love partner needs to handle that instability for them. We got the Emperor here. There's no divorce for the Emperor here. He's not experiencing a breakup. He could be the authority. The King of Cups here could be the Emperor here. He's choosing not to separate from his love, but is waiting for a few more months, perhaps. Yeah, he's dealing with the disharmony, the instability. He could actually be dealing with these people who sacrificed their spouse without getting a divorce so that they could replace them with a copycat and then continue to draw off of the identity. The Emperor is sitting here dealing with that shit. Five of Pentacles, scandal, hardship. You are protected. Nurturing. You could be getting nurtured. You're protected. You might be getting nurtured, pampered. You're being called to care for yourself and others in tangible, practical ways. Yeah, you're protected from the neglect. You're being nurtured. So they're feeling trapped. They're afraid of your new job. Health issues could arise. They could be concerned about their health. They're not able to draw energy out of their love partners with this reckless sex scheme that they've had going on, this harvesting. Friends, fantasy. They sold their friends a fantasy. Health issues could arise. They sold their friends a fantasy. What a scandal. Three of Wands, adventure, telling the universe exactly what you want. These people are upset that you are connected. You're not quiet. You're seen. You're communicating. Hello. Sharing. So you're telling the universe what you want. And we got sharing. You could be releasing the hoarders, those who have been hoarding the wealth and keeping all of the people in a state of peasantry, and then being very cruel and vicious, calling them commoners, unworthy, while they stole from, and then hoarded everybody's wealth. Thank you. So, Six of Swords in the reverse. Somebody refused to change. There's trouble coming. We got Judgment in the reverse. No self-awareness. And somebody might be pregnant. Somebody may not know they're pregnant. They might be loathing themselves for being pregnant. They look strong. They're going to need to be strong. We're going to have to get some more clarification on this. There could be some slow healing. You might be in doubt of whether or not you can get pregnant. A bumpy transition. Like you may be older. The divine stated, and they've been stating in the silent soul telepathic communication, the celestial communication that comes into the light body through the soul, the inner sun. For many years now, there's been the light body knowing that a reverse aging is coming. So you could be doubting that you would ever be a mother. You're very strong. We got Nine of Cups here, accomplishment, and we've got sexuality. Someone's still trying to figure themselves out. Resilient. The battle isn't over, but you've already proven you have what it takes to endure. You've got your boundaries up. Nine of Wands. So you've got a Nine of Cups here, and someone's still trying to figure themselves out, and you've got your boundaries up. Because it's there in a Seven of Swords deceit, and we've got sacrifice, hanged man, and Knight of Cups in the reverse. Troublemaker with intuition. So we got a third-party enemy wanting to come in to tap your Nine of Cups, but you know what's going on with that, and you are guarded. You are holding your boundaries because you know what they got on their mind. They want to do a 3D sacrifice the old-fashioned way because their magic isn't working. Yeah. You're leaving. You're coming into your Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups here, Nine of Cups here. Troublemaker, you're not ignoring the red flags. They want your reward and they want to get in your boat. You're resilient. You have your boundaries guarded. Eight of Cups, they're going to be, it's going to be a failed attempt. You're moving. They're moving. Because you're innocent. They're trying to replace you, but you have a guarantee. They cannot trap you. They cannot keep you. They cannot copycat you. You identified. This is yours. The universe has stated they will not strike you. This is your honor, your path, and nothing they can do will change that. The only thing that's going to change is their path. They're restless, sorrowful, burned out. They're in regret. They lost you. The innocent ones are leaving. The mother is, there's a collective of masculines out here that seem to think they rule the world, and they're talking about Satan and all that shit. Well, they're upset because this magistrate is a divine queen of heaven, and she is sympathetic towards those innocent beings that they have been sacrificing, and she's releasing them, and they are very upset. They're very upset with this woman. So there could be some delays. Yeah, whatever they were doing, they're restless, they're sorrowful. We got delays. Five of Cups. There's no love in these people. They didn't get accepted. Everything that they had been working for has stopped because partnerships are getting new beginnings, because there was a lot of misinformation regarding the harvest. So all the liars out there, with all their misinformation and their attempt to harvest innocent people, innocent, steady, identifiable people who work very, very diligently for what they are, for very diligently to manage their energy, their mind, their emotions, their relationships. These people have been out there spewing chaos, trying to stick it on people. They're complaining about your purification methods, rituals, whatever you're doing. They can't get it to stick to you, and they're upset. Your steadiness is bringing clarity to what it is they're doing. You're a survivor. Because you were able to survive their brutal attack against you, they were not able to complete this cycle by bringing war to sovereign happiness. They can't complete the cycle by harvesting sovereign happiness. They've all been identified, and these people are afraid of change. They're insecure because they are in poverty. They don't have any value in their soul. They got very dim light. All they know how to do is control and take people's opportunity to breathe and live, to sow chaos and discord. That's all they know. They're being liberated at the crossroads. Or no, you're liberated at the crossroads. They're receiving limitation at the crossroads. They're trapped at the crossroads. They cannot move beyond the gate because balance is being restored. And these arrogant ones are bickering now about the deceit, about all the lies. They're having anxiety. They're tired. Because you have manifested a victory and prosperity. And those, these people who thought they were better than you feel foolish, and they need to surrender. They're under judgment for the disclosure of the action that they had, the inequality. So, okay, they're under judgment. They have to surrender. They're feeling foolish. These traditional, whatever the hell has been going on here, liars, pretenders, actors. There's action being taken due to the disclosure of what they had done to the Empress. Flipping her into South Node, taking everything from her. They're in heartbreak now. They're in disagreement. They're out of balance because you're moving on. Because of your compassionate nature, you're getting an invitation into a higher space. Perhaps High Priestess merit. Those who have an attachment to you and your energy are feeling hopeless because they're getting disconnected from the star, from the rejuvenator, because of the injustice that they were bringing. They're frustrated because their endeavor to brutalize their way into heavenly spaces failed. Now they're transitioning. You're walking away, and that is leaving, wow. There's destruction and transitioning for narcissism due to your mastery. So yeah, it's happening. I guess the go-ahead is now. Everybody's being gathered up and stuff is happening. I guess maybe the cloud cover and the kind of the rainy, stormy, there was thunder and everything this morning. My goodness, like I woke up and it was like, brr, brr, it's like thunder. Which was odd. I hadn't heard that in a long time. And it did it twice. Big crashing thunder, like it was right outside my window. So King of Cups is being patient regarding love, or suggesting just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait regarding love, regarding your soulmate, your union. Breathe. Breathe in light and breathe out that darkness that's trying to attach itself to you. And then the trees can recycle whatever that is and return the light to you. You're trusting your actions. So there's this thing. All right. Somebody said in the astral, her body may not be in the best condition, but she knows what she's doing. These people have been observing and perhaps working with and all of this stuff with people in the astral in this battle for a couple years now. And habitual patterning and consistency and all of that has been noted. And while these disgusting freaking jackasses have been slandering women for their looks, saying they're not pretty enough. Oh, she's got an attitude. Oh, I'm sorry. She survived 6,000 years of torture in hell. And you, Nasty Jack, who probably took part in it, are worried about her attitude. Isn't that too bad? They failed to destroy the light of your soul, and now they're suffering instability and being let go. They're going to have to go learn the lessons that they forced upon you, and they're going to have to relearn or qualify for their role. Because they're not leaving a legacy behind. They left instability. They made everybody unstable. Financially, mentally, emotionally, physically. They poisoned everything. They worked everybody to damn death. They stressed them out. Fed them shit food. Made them feel ugly and worthless. Beat them down, told them they were animals, treated them as such. Words are easy. You can copy somebody's words and mimic their actions, but patterns are the truth. So you can pretend for like a day, a week, 2 weeks, a month, however long it takes to do a film, right? But at some point during that filming session, you're going to fall out of character. Because it's not your character. The Emperor is here. Looking at domestic unrest. We've got divorce. So those people who, domestic unrest, those people who flipped their spouse into South Node and then copycatted them without getting a divorce, they're up there spending all this wealth in this celestial space. And we've got rest in the reverse. They never powered down. They never rested. They never gave you rest. They said that they gave you burdens, non-stop burdens. This person and the one that they chose gave you non-stop burdens. So it looks like the Emperor is dealing with that. Perhaps your celestial father. Your King of Cups is here being patient. Five of Pentacles, hardship. There's a scandal over this poverty. You're protected. You're being nurtured. You are the nurturer, the mother. The mother. There's protection surrounding the mother. She's safe and secure. Boundaries in the reverse. Somebody's trying to cross your boundaries. Anybody who crosses those boundaries, anybody who gets too close to her is going to be in an Eight of Swords trap. They are afraid over this new job. Health issues could arise. Friendship is a fantasy. They want to pose a friendship, but it is a fantasy. Whoever this is, they're lying. They know that this friend is lying. Psychic, medium psychic. Can see beyond the boundary. Can see beyond the boundaries. Can see beyond the veil. Can see beyond the veil. What's hidden. And what is hidden here is that whoever, these friends, yeah, they're not friends. So the friends that are not friends can be seen. Health issues could arise. So she's aware that health issues could arise should these people remain because of their habitual patterning, right? You are safe. So this is being made into a safe space from those people who want to bring the storm. The adventure is here. It's a successful opportunity. 3 of Wands. You're manifesting so you're sharing your manifestations You're sharing your protection. It could be that this is a network. You could be sharing your protection. Maybe you're praying for protection for those who are in your network, in your community. Maybe it's your opportunity to tell the universe what you want. You want a community that shares and cares for each other, that is safe from the storm that is trying to push in on you. You want to make it so that you don't have to have boundaries. You just want these people to go away so that you don't have to have boundaries. So that you can just have an open, trusting space where everything is, where friendship is real, not a fantasy, threatening your health and well-being. We got Six of Swords in the reverse. It could be a bumpy transition. Judgment in the reverse for those who have no awareness. You're birthing something new. It's very strong. And you're fine. You're protected from this disaster. These nasty ones, they're trying to say that it's Divine Feminine's responsibility as the nurturer to deal with this monstrosity, this black energy that he created and that he's been forcing her to transmute and deal with all this time. It's not her responsibility. God said that he and his are the one that created it, and he and his are the one responsible for it. He also said that they are the new fodder and they're going to be contained. Nine of Cups, accomplishment. A third-party enemy wants to come in, but you are guarded. You've got boundaries here. Do less. So you got this Nine of Cups here, but you got your boundaries up. You're very guarded because you know that these people are out there. They're still lurking, hoping that they can get your stuff. We're doing less of this. You might be on social media less often. You're not really interacting. You know that they're out there messing around. You're guarded. You might not, your productivity, you're not collaborating with them anymore. You might not even be responding to their comments or their hate, whatever. Seven of Swords, deceit. They might be trying to get you to respond so they can twist your words somehow, get you sacrificed. Knight of Cups in the reverse. They're very moody. Troublemaker. Intuition. You're looking at the red flags. Rewards and departure. Nobody knows. So nobody knows what the rewards will be, and nobody knows when that will happen. Only God knows. Somebody's trying to use their intuition regarding rewards and departure. They're looking for a window of opportunity to step in at the last minute as you, but nobody knows when that will be. They keep searching your mind, but you're a celestial being, and the intuitive knowing that you operate from is light language, and these ones are all stuck in their head while you are communicating silently with your light body. And these people can't read your light body. It's not a conscious communication, although it is cellular for certain. So yeah, nobody knows when that will be. They can't read your special knowing, You don't even consciously know it. And that's the universe protecting confidential information. No matter what they do, they can't get it. Just like they can't peel the blue out of the sky or the sweetness out of living water. Not going to happen. Eight of Cups, failed attempt. You are moving. You're changing residence. You are innocent and you're out of here. Nobody knows the time nor the day or what the reward will be, whether it shall be good or bad. So we got fake it a little. You're innocent. So fake it a little. Start up talking yourself. Compliment yourself. See that? What does that say? On the bottom of that, it says, confidence grows with practice. It's called affirmations. You got to tell yourself you're capable, you're good enough, you're full of this beautiful potentiality, limitless potentiality. Every flaw that you have, rather than nitpick it, say limitless potential lives here. How am I going to use this particular, what I perceive to be a flaw, and weave it in and make something totally brand new? What are you going to do when you have self-perception of a whole bunch of flaws and you weave them all together and you make something very unique that only you can see or know, but other people might be entertained by or think is fabulous, but you'll never be able to repeat it because as a creator, no two things are alike. You could have a whole forest full of trees, leaves on them and everything, and not two of those leaves of that same tree will be alike. Not any two. That's creation. Creation isn't perfection. It's imperfection with limited potentiality, where everybody's included and everybody's beautiful. Everything will be okay. Maybe not perfect, but okay. Step away. You don't need to solve everything today. Step away from this angry monster that wants to consume you. Step away. Just walk away. You don't have to fight it. Give it any of your energy, any of your attention. Everything's going to be okay. Just walk away. Go look at the sun. And know that if it's shining on this water and on this scene like that, it's also shining on you. It's amazing. Because you matter. Let it go. Let it go. So sexuality, it looks to me like we've got 9 of Cups for those who are still trying to figure themselves out. It's like not everybody who's confused with their sexuality is going to get messed up in the head. So we've got the battle isn't over, but there is resilience, and so it's just like you need to like let go of this so that they stop filling your head with bullshit. And just realize, yeah, step away from this shit, man. Everybody wants your attention. Everybody wants you to compete. Everybody wants you to think that you need to be this and that in order to be neat. But you don't have to be any of those things. And you don't have to do any of the things they do. Because you are uniquely you. And the golden essence of a celestial realm is inside of you. Right? So, yeah. So, yeah. Glow, glow. Get out of your head and get into the glow. Get into the soul, the celestial telepathy, not the mind. Because the mind stuff, it'll drive you crazy. Well, now let me go flip that switch a little bit. I'll just pull from this one deck here. And then I think I'm just going to go ahead and shut it off. I'll do it early this time. Because right now I could leave it right here and it's pretty clear. You're safe. Those who are innocent should be proud of themselves, should pat themselves on the back. You made it through some of the most atrocious, heinous stuff ever. And you didn't go south. You didn't turn malice. You didn't turn vengeful. You didn't go out there and decide to become what it was, this rapist and harvester of the world. You might still be wondering what this is all about. And that's fine, man. That happens to everybody when they're young. You start thinking about it, and when you're living in a world of imperfection that holds a limitless potentiality, of course, there's all these different subjects that your mind is naturally going to wander to. But if this is removed, this Wi-Fi tower that's constantly streaming thoughts about that kind of stuff, that everything can kind of cool down and you can connect with life itself and let the celestial wisdom guide you in your light body, right? So King of Cups is here. He's being patient. Just a few more months for love. Trust the actions. In the beginning, he said, high quality, not high maintenance. Because it seems to be the high maintenance ones were really good at spending money and looking down their nose and being mean to people. But the high quality is the ones that were producing the energy and actually loving and everything. And even while their house might not be ritzy and immaculate, their inner sun is, that's where the true wealth of it is anyway, right? That's what these all have been sacrificing so that they could have material wealth and look as though they're doing great, but they can't produce this energy inside of them. So they have to wear it on the outside. They have to sacrifice it and then wear it on the outside. They are effed up over you. Somebody's effed up over this, over you two coming together with love. You trust yourself. King of Cups trusts whoever he is with, and there's somebody else out there that is messed up. Whatever they're trying to do to the mental body of whoever it is that he's chosen is going back on the one that has been trying to come between them. It looks like there's a tower here. They're being let go, and they could be let go because of the instability. This right here could have been the copycat that has been messing around with their coming back together for centuries. Or recently, if it's your story, it could be something other than that. But this is a planetary circumstance, and we're undergoing some great changes right now. They left no legacy. They're being let go. They caused towers to everybody. They siphoned energy out of everybody. They depleted everybody. It wasn't relationship, loyalty, union. It wasn't sacred in any way. It didn't do anybody any good except for those that were living flamboyantly while calling everybody else a peasant, commoner that was unworthy, while the source of their life was coming from your inner soul. Your son sacrificed for them to have a decent life. They took their share of your taxes and all that. There could be renting. There could be a family feud. They could be upset. They thought they were going to steal your legacy. That they were going to take credit for all of the work that you have been doing over this last 6,000 year cycle or whatever. That they were going to say, oh, it was us that transmuted all of this nasty death. No, it was this one. The emperor, he's not, look. So he's looking at these people who were flipping their partners into South Node, replacing them without getting divorced. And then they were living in a very bad way and destroying the reputation of the energy that they were wearing. We got rest in the reverse. No rest. No rest for the wicked. No rest for the wicked. Massive regrets. Five of Pentacles, scandal, poverty, scandal. They were keeping everybody at peasant level while stealing their honor at the gate and scandalizing their name over and over and over again, sending them back down to keep them at page scarcity status. You are protected. You are a nurturer. We got set boundaries in the reverse. Like you have no boundaries with your nurturing. Like it doesn't matter who you nurture them all. It's like those little, you're like, and I'm not comparing you to animal or nothing, but it seems to me that they are kinder in a lot of ways than human beings. Because say, you know, there's a baby, right? Or there's a mama that out in the wilderness and it gets attacked by a cat, and in the process of dying, it gives birth. And then all of a sudden, the cat has to go take care of this new baby. Well, it's not going to kill the baby. It's going to raise the baby out there because that's just what they do with babies. And it doesn't matter what the species. It could have just killed its mom. And it's still going to raise that thing, you know, and won't let anybody else kill it because it's a baby. And that's just the way it goes. But here, it's weird, you know. It's a whole lot different with these people here. They look at it as an opportunity to gain wealth and status by siphoning the identity and the celestial wealth out of these upper dimensional tribes. They're getting arrested. They're getting arrested. There were no boundaries to how much they would take from this person. They took. Never ending burden. So now they're being bound. They're feeling trapped. They're having anxiety over your new job, over your mastery. Health issues are arising for these people. Perhaps they're having anxiety over your mastery over your own health. Now, these people, unseen, they insist that you need medicine. But the thing is no. It's like when you live in a toxic environment and everything is poisoned, sometimes you have to use plant medicine in order to bring homeostasis to the temperance within the vessel, right? So that your light body can shine as brightly as it can and then do the healing work that it needs to do so that later on you can get rid of whatever assistance you required at the time. And these people are trying to say, oh, no, you don't deserve the opportunity to come into health and well-being the way that it's supposed to be as a celestial sun and soul. Celestial. They're living in an illusion. They think they're your friend or they're acting like your friend, but it's an illusion. It's a lie. They dislike you. They had no boundaries. They gave you never-ending health problems. You had to master the abuse of this black energy and them siphoning energy and abusing all the chakras and blocking them and stabbing them and all that other stuff, while at the same time messing with your mind, causing vehicle accidents and all of that. You don't feel any which way about it. There's no friendship. It's a fantasy. We're not friends. We're not friends, man. Don't know yet. If I ever did, it was a long time ago. Like many, yeah. They've been causing disharmony between couples for a very long time. They've been replacing their spouse with copycats while raiding the celestial bank. So, we've got the Three of Wands here. Going on a new adventure, manifesting, sharing, and caring. You're okay. In the storm, you are safe. You're safe from the mind gamer, the backstabber, the love bomber, the deceiver. So they're talking about trying to get all up in the energy and doing a 3D thing. You know, they got to do it regular. It's like, oh, what are we going to do about her? I mean, I don't know, man. But you're safe from this. You're safe from the backstabber. You're safe from the deception. Six of Swords in the reverse. They refuse to change. Judgment in the reverse. They have no self-awareness. We got pregnancy. Somebody is expecting. Strength. Bravery. So it could be that you are birthing something. Like maybe your courage is like spreading, you know? Your strength and your courage is spreading. Maybe you're helping other people with your strength and your courage to feel safe, to feel okay during a disaster. Nine of Cups, accomplishment. We got sexuality still, someone is still figuring themselves out, but we got resilient. Nine of Wands, endurance and boundaries, guarded. Well, what that looks like to me then is they got the Nine of Cups, accomplishment, and it looks to me like those who are still trying to, those who are confused maybe, still trying to figure themselves out. This is a Nine of Wands. The battle isn't over. But to the side here, we've got endurance, boundaries, and guarded. So you might be guarded and be setting boundaries to the sexually confused because you don't want them doing this shit again. You don't want them doing that. You don't want them marrying a woman and then replacing her with a man in a dress. You know what I'm saying? After they sacrifice her. You don't want that kind of shit. So you don't want that. You don't want that. The Nine of Cups is for those who know that they are a woman with a man. And they're not in competition regarding that. They're not trying to get married to a woman so that they can sacrifice them and replace them with their man lover. Just not going to happen. Not this chapter. So we're doing less of this. We're moving away from the computer, the output, the using our brain to do digital work, manual labor, think all day. Because productivity is not your personality. Like, how much did I do today? You know, what did I earn today? How much did I make? So you've lost touch with your personality or your identity or the rainbow covenant, the solar plexus, the sun, the inner sun, and you've lost connection with the celestial communication, right? So we're gonna get out of our head and look, Jezebel. So it looks to me like there's boundaries being set up because Jezebel's been fucking with people's heads and their sexuality or whatever. Seven of Swords, deceit, is sacrifice. Knight of Cups in the reverse, troublemaker. The red flags are here. We've got rewards and departure and nobody knows. Blocked. Nobody knows. So, and yeah, so nobody knows who's getting blocked or when, where, how, who's getting what, how much, where they winding up. Nobody knows. The rewards, when we're leaving, when they're coming in, who's blocked, all that stuff. Yeah, the information about it is all being blocked. So those attempting to use their intuitive knowing to find out about rewards and departure dates are being blocked. Nobody knows. They cannot know. They will not know. Nobody's going to F this up for you. Eight of Cups, failed attempt. You are moving residence in with your partner. You are innocent. Fake it a little. Confidence grows with practice. These ones have made us wear the title of peasant and commoner for a long time while we've been earning them honors and rewards, cycle after cycle. At the gate, they've been taking it, you know? Slandering us to our celestial relatives. Yeah. Legal matters. We got legal matters going on. You're innocent. Whatever, man. Oops. You're innocent. And you're moving forward. And there's legal matters. We got property, paternity, trafficking. Yeah. So, you know, it's unfortunate that these ones were getting the kids and then they were fucking up their heads regarding their sexuality. It's heinous. It wasn't friendship. It was harvest. And completely screwing up people's lives. So it could be there's shocking news for somebody having a workplace affair. Divine feminine has got a secret. Maybe their divine feminines are secret when it comes to somebody trying to get readings and bumping heads with them. So yeah, divine feminines, whatever's going on in their life, it's a secret. Nobody's going to know the departure. Nobody's going to know the reward. Nobody's going to know when. Nobody's going to know any of that stuff. It's all being blocked. Mr. Arrogant, look, you are free. Those people who love themselves are being set free from Mr. Arrogant, my way, little Mr. Pimp, wizard, whatever, and his Jezebel friend. Those people who had been ghosting, those with special gifts, the twin flames, big time, and then side hustling them, their energy. They're worried. They can't sleep. They're in trouble, man. Because they've been going out and tagging people in this structure right here, and that's, you know, that's where they get people. You've learned your karmic lesson. You're going to be able to live a life of ease and grace. You're getting a new family. You could have married into a new family. And this is a jackass, phony, trickster, illusionist. They're not happy. He and his are not happy. This reckless sex psycho bullshit. I mean, they were misled, they were tricked, whatever, man. They fell for it. They thought it was a great idea. And so now we're saying goodbye to those karmic ties. It's too late. It's too late to catch you in those karmic ties. They're not going to be able to do it. You're getting your wish. Somebody's feeling like shit. Because Divine Masculine has been praying for romance. And he's going to get it. He's going to get it. He's going to get it. He and his Divine Feminine are going to get it. Yeah. And it's yeah. So they can't do readings on Divine Feminine and bump heads. They can't pretend to be Divine Feminine and then try to step in with Divine Masculine. They're not going to be separated this time. Not going to happen. The universe is not going to let that happen this time. This is a final reset, and they're not going. It's going to be sun to soul. The sun of the solar plexus of one to the soul, the SOL of the solar plexus to the other. I like to think of it like that. I like to think of the sun in the masculine and the soul in the feminine. And then when they come together, it's like fire. Coming together and just making this huge golden glow, you know? But that's my perception, and that's my dream. I've been single for a very long damn time because nobody shares my dream. And I don't like shallow. So, I'll just wait. I don't want my dream to die. I love my dream. King of Cups is patient, just a few more months. Good things come to those who wait. Regarding love, we're trusting in actions. Patterns are truth. Somebody is effed up over you, and somebody else is having massive regrets. There's no rest for the wicked. If you want peace, prepare for war, and that's exactly what you've done here. And it is not a game. They're in a tower. They're being let go to make room for the new beginning that's on its way to you now. Those who were winning the family feud, the war is over, and they are running. They lost. Trick. The tricksters are running. They're fucked up over you because you prepared for war. You're like, this life is not a game, and damn it, this eternal love is fucking serious shit, and I'm done with this crap. 6,000 years, man. The Emperor is here. He's looking at those people who were flipping their spouse into South Node and then continuing to draw off of that celestial name by replacing them with their masculine lover, their copycat. They're not the Phoenix. They didn't rise. They were thinking they were getting a prize, but they didn't rise. They're having massive regrets. Your life isn't a game. Your status isn't a game. Your family isn't a game. And these people have been at the sons and the souls of the human celestials for centuries. And this is not. This is serious business, man. So there's a scandal regarding this Five of Pentacles poverty where they had been keeping everybody. You are protected here. You're the nurturer. You're being nurtured. You could be protected by a mother figure, by a celestial mother. We've got set boundaries in the reverse. Those who cross your boundaries, or anyone who crosses your boundaries, will be arrested. They're attempting to mock you in order to disguise their fear. They cross your boundaries and they're getting arrested. They're feeling trapped. They're in fear regarding your mastery and your new job, your ambition. We've got health. Regarding health, you're very ambitious regarding health. You want people to activate their light body. You don't, this crap about fucking with the people's minds. You know, the celestial being, their celestial wisdom comes in through the soul, comes in through the inner sun, and then it spreads out through the light body, which then manifests and starts manifesting out, right? And it's all basically silent knowing. And these guys came up and they decided to just fuck with everybody's mind. They throw Jezebel in here. They throw, you know, the other one in there. They just have a great old time and they just start sex, hypersexuality. And that's all they flood the minds with. And it's like, it's crazy, man. It was a fantasy friendship. There's no feelings there. They were just using people. Health issues could arise because the black magic is backfired. Three of Wands, opportunity, telling the universe exactly what you want. You want a community of sharing. You're done with hoarding. I heard Unseen say that we were going to go back to a bartering system. You will create, produce, and share, or you will have nothing. So we're manifesting a community, an opportunity for a community that we can share what it is that we create, and you are safe from the deceiver, the backstabber, the manipulator that's messing with the mind. You're planting seeds that are being guided silently through your inner sun and the light language of the celestial ones, so that you can create what? Your heaven on earth. So we got Six of Swords, bumpy transition, judgment in the reverse. Somebody's got no self-awareness. You're birthing something very strong. Perhaps you are creating song. Maybe the mother. The mother may be keeping the children safe. From the disaster, regardless if they're confused about sexuality or not. They're safe from this disaster because these people have been messing their heads in a really bad way, trying to mess with their inner sun and their connection to the celestial ones. So the mother's like taking care of them. Strong protection. So it could very well be that those who refused to change and had no self-awareness, it could be that the mother is providing strong protection for the children, like the Queen Mother, the Heavenly Mother. Mothers, take it as it resonates. Nine of Cups, wealth. People who are still figuring themselves out. We could be guarded endurance. I don't know. That we're done with them messing with the head of the kids with their Jezebels. No more messing with the yeah, no more, man. No more fucking with the minds of the kids with this sexuality. What the fuck? The mother is providing protection from this fucking Jezebel, man. Yeah. They're going over the rainbow bridge. They're going to be safe. The children are going to be safe. Even if their parents ignored the calling, they're not bound to their parents' decisions, is what I'm picking up here. Those who refuse to change, ignored the calling, the mother is providing strong boundaries and strength to protect the children with this rainbow bridge, this rainbow reality. So yeah, they're going to be okay. Jezebel is not going to be allowed to fuck with their head anymore. They got, you know, a lot of love in them, these kids. Yeah. And we got not part of the plan, but it is part of the plan. So we got Jezebel. We're doing less Jezebel. And it is part of the plan. No more Jezebel. In the minds of the youth. So, you know, no more panty commercials and Playboys, you know, in the the kids should be kids, man. They should be out there, you know, creating dirt highways and freaking driving their little cars and fishing and stuff. So, Seven of Swords, deceit, thief, scam, cheating, sacrifice, troublemaker. A red flags. You're not ignoring the red flags. We've got rewards, departure. Nobody knows. That information is blocked. Nobody can find it, regardless of their status in this world. The information is blocked. dispelling the illusion. No more mirror magic. With these unstable relationships. You're getting a great big fortune. You could be traveling around the world. The gold is traveling around the world. So those that have the inner sun, perhaps you're going to a new land, somewhere else. Last night's read was a reset. It was like the computers and the people were all gonna, it was all gonna be like a bloop bloop, like a bloop bloop, shut down, restart, you know? Like in a bloop bloop thingamajig. But apparently there's some type of worm in the back of some people's heads that have been driving their thoughts. Yeah. So I don't know if this bloop bloop, because it's supposed to be organic as well as inorganic. And I'm thinking the worms might be this smart graphene worm-like self-rep. I'm thinking it's that. And I don't know if the bloop bloop will turn it off or kill it or do whatever to the nanobots. I don't know, man. I'm not sure. But something's going to happen. Everything's going shut down, and then something's being turned on. Hidden from you. 8 of Cups, failed attempt. They're disappointed. They have to find a new path. You're moving, you're changing residence, you're innocent. So confidence grows with practice. And we could have some kind of a legal matter that's been hidden from you. Yeah, you're found innocent from whatever this is. Confidence grows with practice. These fellas over here are trying to say that you don't have knowledge of this or that, and this responsibility. And it's like, you know, anytime you go get a new job, you have to learn the ins and outs of what it is. Of course, that's what it takes. But you're not out here performing magic tricks. You're actually adding value to your soul by doing the work and then working to perfect it, to increase the value of it, the speed of it, the production of it, the whatever of it. You're not out here doing magic tricks. You actually do the work. And that means it's very obvious when you start something new or start to learn something new, it's pretty obvious you don't know what you're doing. And by the end of it, you know very well what you're doing. And these people who fake it to make it, they don't ever go through that process. All they do is bitch about other people's inability. Word magic, cursing them, casting the illusion that they lack potential. And that's one of the worst things that they've done to this world, is they see lack rather than potential. That's a crime, man. The storm is upon us. The storm is upon the thief. The storm of this transformation is upon the thief who did not shift energy. They're not going to survive the energy. So money is coming to you, and that's a message of concern. It's a certified mail. So it's certified, it's guaranteed delivery. And it could be coming in hot for those who tried to keep it from you. Or maybe it's just coming certified next day, whatever. It's sudden well, because you created your own reality. Or maybe there's a dream weaver. You escaped these people's web, and you're getting sudden well. Enjoy the silence, because this stuff is going away. The chatter, the mental projections, A beautiful transformation is coming. And we have, Humpty Dumpty, you can't fix him, and the candle is going out. Justice is coming. Two bodies, one soul. It's time for pure love. That is not a struggle between ego and heart. We're going to have pure love. No more of this nastiness, man. Over it. Done. Uh-huh. Yeah, that's nice. That's nice. Spirit guides are your shield against those who are trying to do moon magic over you, to mess with your mind. It's going back on them here. Yeah. The fight is over. The war is over. So anybody projecting magic onto you now is immediately going back on them. The war is over. At this point, they're just hurting themselves. Of course, it's been that way all along. But so you're just sitting, watching and observing, and you're taking your baths. You got unexpected income coming. There's a legal matter that's hidden from you over here. Their prayers are useless. This is divine intervention. They are unforgiven. They have been found to be an abomination. They don't own you. They're being detached. These dominators, you are escaping. You are free. And if this read isn't for you, then I'm guessing that you would probably be somebody enraged and confused because your love spells aren't working, and you burned the bridge. You burned the bridge to those who were balancing your emotions. Oh, but maybe because you were able to balance your emotions, you're tapped into the universe. So the universe chose you. Like, you're ready for advancement. This is your last lifetime story, and you're moving on regardless of what they've done. You're leaving behind a legacy of safety for the children. They're not going to be bombarded by this kind of crap. There's going to be boundaries to these people, to these Jezebels and whatever the hell they are, that are pushing hypersexuality into the minds of the youth. Yeah. These people are in danger. Because this is according to a plan or whatever. Yeah. Boundaries up to the Jezebel, the incubus and the succubus. Because these harvesters that had been controlling the planet forever, they still insist that they do. They're very upset. They want to go fight and stuff. They want to go fight. People are receiving their soul activation. Those who are innocent, getting soul activation. Those who are able to activate their soul, their SOL, within their solar plexus of their rainbow covenant, get their shine on, to receive the celestial communications, which happens silently right here in your inner sun. And then your light body takes it, and then it becomes a knowing, right, that you then manifest from. These people think that because there's a woman there who hesitates before she signs a document or an approval or whatever, she pauses. This pause is the silent communication coming in from the celestial realms. Her guidance system, her counseling, and her guidance system. The universal connections to make certain that everything is good, right? We got folks out there that are creating stories so that it means that she doesn't know what to do or that it's uncertain. It's like, no, this is connection with the all that is, connection and communication with the universal council that has elected this person to be in this position. These people do not know the language of the celestial. They know this. They know the energy is powerful. They don't know how to receive the messaging on what to do with it, how to distribute it. So they use their own noggin and they're not connected. And they wind up living high on the hog while everybody else suffers, and then they wonder why they're in a tower right now. Well, it's because, eventually lies and weeds will be pulled from the garden. God, I was told that like when I was 20 by the unseen. I was so fed up one day after weeks of watching people be lazy, and I was working like circles around them. Spirit said, eventually the weeds always get pulled. Now it's 40 years later, and I'm looking at this story, and it's wild to me, knowing that this story is thousands of years old. Well, I'm going to go ahead and shut this one down, everybody. I hope that it brings clarity to something that you already intuitively knew. There is going to be a separation. Nobody knows when or how. We've got rewards, departure. Nobody knows that information is being blocked. But we're putting up boundaries regarding those who confuse the youth regarding their sexuality by bringing in Jezebels to shag and tag and then fuck up their minds with their little demonic attachments and shit. Yeah. Start sucking on their soul, draining their light, messing up their celestial, silent telepathy, their communication with their upper dimensional star system. Yeah, not gonna do that. Apparently there's the mother is like, she's confiscating all of the digital stuff, and anybody who withholds it will be terminated because she's doing whatever she has to do to protect the inner son of these celestials. They were nearly exterminated. There was like 21 species of humanity or Homo sapiens, and now there's one, and like 60% of them are gone. Most of them are children now that have to come out of this mess, But they're safe. They'll be kept safe. They'll be kept safe. And they're going to plant the seeds. Safe from this backstabber. And they're going to plant the seeds that they manifest and grow. Yeah. See you all on the next one.